Hey, what's going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here. And hey, firstly, this isn't a sales video of any kind. Actually, I just want to go ahead and show you a case study of really what it actually takes to create success. So you know kind of what you're up against and what it's actually going to require in order for you to go ahead and break through in your business. So let's go ahead and dive in. Firstly, I want to give you a little bit of context. So a little while ago in our Maui Immersion, which is an event we're going ahead and hosting, group, I asked people if they had gone ahead and booked their flights and their hotels, etc., and if they had gone ahead and really done their homework for the actual event. And I went ahead and told them to give me a quick yes if they had gone ahead and done so in the chat box down to the right. And we had a couple of different answers. People had booked their flights, hadn't booked their rooms, hadn't booked their flights yet, etc. Right? But one answer kind of really popped up and just kind of illustrated perfectly what it actually takes to create success. Then also reminded me of when I actually went to my first event. And it was when Francois went ahead and said yes, visa approved, and got a 36-hour flight purchased. All right. And Renee said, wow, I thought my day was going to be long. And I said, of course, dedication. Right. And remember, the first time I actually went to a live event, literally, I maxed out the actual debit card, not even credit card, to go ahead and get to the actual event. I had just enough money to actually pay for food, and I didn't even have a return ticket bought to go ahead and get home. Now, I'm not recommending you go ahead and do that, right? I actually had to go ahead and make some sales at the actual event, get a bridge loan from a friend in order to go ahead and get my plane ticket, to actually get home from the actual live event. So it's a little bit extreme, but my point being is that Francois here, he's doing whatever it takes in order to go ahead and get to the event because he knows the event is something that's going to allow him to go ahead and break through in his business. That first event that I went to, I was willing to do whatever it took in order to go ahead and get to that actual event, knowing that it was going to be something that would help me break through in my business. And really, getting to that first event, having my belief reinforced, is the catalyst to me going on and doing now millions of dollars worth of sales. So, yes, was it stressful? Yes, absolutely. Was it 100% worth it? Absolutely. And really, what you kind of tend to find is that when it comes to the internet marketing world, there's really two groups of people. And the first group of people are the doers, the action takers, the people who go ahead and get stuff done. And these are the individuals who consistently invest in themselves. They do the work, go ahead and make the sacrifices. They get out of their comfort zones and they focus on learning real skill sets versus, going ahead and looking for that shiny object, looking for that push button solution, looking for that system that'll do 100% all of the work for them without investing in themselves, without doing any work, without actually making any sacrifices like Francois is in going ahead and, booking a 36-hour flight. And remember, that first event I went to, I actually had, I think, a 12-hour layover in the middle of Seattle. But then once again, it was just a small sacrifice that I needed to make in order to go ahead and help my business grow, right? So that's the first group of people who invest in themselves, they do the work, they make the sacrifices, they get out of their comfort zones, and they focus on learning skill sets. Now, the second group of people, these tend to kind of be the looters, the people who, dip their toe in the water, but they don't actually go all in their businesses. And these people, they usually kind of want something for nothing. They won't do the work, they won't make the sacrifices, they aren't willing to go ahead and put themselves on the line like I was willing to do, like Francois, is more than willing to do right now in order to go ahead and invest in building the future that he truly wants. They usually want the push button solution, so they don't want to have to do any of the work, they don't want to have to learn skill sets, they don't want to have to actually sit down and put in the time in order to go ahead and build a real business. They're looking for that, magic unicorn system that simply doesn't exist that allows them to, push a button and make $1 million overnight. And lastly, they let fear control them. So once again, they're not willing to go ahead and get out of their comfort zones. They aren't willing to go ahead and put themselves on the line. Once again, like Francois and myself, we're more than willing to do in order to go ahead and build the business that once again will serve our lifestyle. And they just more or less let fear control them and keep them from taking actions that they know internally they should take in order to go ahead and drive results in their business. And really, my call to action to you here today is to make the decision to change. All right. So if you are one of those people in that second group right now, if you're finding yourself, wanting something for nothing, if you don't want to do the work, if you aren't willing to make the sacrifices, if you're looking for, some push button solution that doesn't really exist, and if you're letting your fear control you, what I'm asking you to do is actively make the decision right now here today to change those behaviors and to begin begin to invest in yourself. Be okay with doing the work, be okay with making the sacrifices, get out of your comfort zone. Know that every single big breakthrough comes directly after you get out of your comfort zone and make a sacrifice to once again move your business forward and focus on learning real skill sets that drive real results for your real business, once again in the real world. And understand that if you don't make the decision to go ahead and once again become one of those people, with all the character traits of that first group of people, these guys, you're really just wasting your time with all of your internet marketing efforts. And, you're not ever going to go ahead and break through in your business based on the fact that your mindset simply isn't right. Where on the flip side, if you go ahead and make the decision to change now, it'll become a matter of when you break through in your business versus if you break through in your business, because you'll start to do the work, you'll start to learn skill sets, you'll once again start to take responsibility, and when you do those things, you'll create your breakthrough. Once again, it's a matter of when you'll create your breakthrough versus if you'll create your breakthrough. But what I'll say is if you aren't willing to make the change, if you aren't willing to make the decision to actively change, my email list, my world, if you're on my email list as of right now, all my various videos, they won't serve you, and you should probably just go ahead and take action and unsubscribe right now and tune out of all of my marketing moving forward, because I'm not going to be able to help you, and chances are, once again, you won't actually get any real value out of our relationship. So having said that, I hope you got a ton of value out of this video. Decide to actively make the change right now here today, and I will speak with you very soon. Francois, I will see you very soon at the Maui Immersion event.